So I'm going to be doing something a little different today. This right here is Dr. Fate, obviously. It is a figure by Mezco, and Mezco produces some absolutely gorgeous figures. I don't have a Spectre figure, so it's just going to be Dr. Fate. So this kind of video, I'm not planning on doing them very often. It's going to be pretty rare, but I'm going to be pitting two characters against each other. There certainly are a lot of other channels that do this, and I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently. It's going to be Spectre versus Dr. Fate. Who would win in a fight? And the obvious answer is the Spectre would crush Dr. Fate. Not only is Spectre stronger than Dr. Fate, he's probably stronger than the next 10 superheroes, strongest superheroes combined. But I'm going to be limiting this to the Golden Age. Not only the Golden Age, but I'm going to be limiting it to prior to when both characters became jokes, which means prior to, say, issue 71 or 72 of More Fun Comics. Also, I am not going to give the Spectre that cheat code that he has, which is the Ring of Life. So first I'm going to start with the Spectre on his feats and powers that he shows in the earlier part of the Golden Age. He's able to He shows at one point that he can freeze time, or at least slow time down significantly on a small scale. He's able to read minds. He can see backwards in time. Appears to be unkillable. Two of his greatest feats were when he was fighting with Zor. He appeared to be able to grow larger, significantly larger than a planet. He has been shown able to fling stars, although they looked more like kind of cartoon stars. He trapped a character within a star, Exnon. And at one point, he was able to control the gravity of a sun and pull an entire planet. So those are some pretty amazing feats. And Dr. Fate never did anything on that level. However, Spectre has some serious weaknesses too. He's shown that he can be controlled and paralyzed. In his fight with Zor, he was completely trapped, and the only way he was able to get out was through trickery. Mostly the Spectre is fighting just regular criminals. And although he has no problems with them, whenever he fights otherworldly beings, he seems to struggle. And as the series goes on, once he gets that Ring of Life, he is highly dependent upon the Ring of Life. Even mystical beings like just the ghost of a dead person, a murdered person. This happens several times, and he seems to struggle with them. That wouldn't seem like a very powerful being. At one point, he kind of struggles with a being that is apparently just an astral projection of a human. And like I said, he seems to struggle with just about every otherworldly being, whether it's Zor or Exnon or various beings, and often has to turn to his Ring of Life, which I am not giving him. In other cases, when he's struggling, that kind of the voice that brought him back will kind of bail him out. So he gets a lot of assistance. With Dr. Fate, he can become invisible. He can create devastating flames. Appears to be physically indestructible. He's able to convert energy and matter. Can see over vast distances. I never see him, at least in the early parts, he's always taking on at least semi-powerful foes, whether they be aliens or kind of Lovecraftian creatures or mad scientists. The mad scientists may be just regular humans, but they generally have some kind of powerful weapon. He was able to destroy an entire undersea realm with really no problem at all. He destroyed a mechanical army. And he just never seems to struggle against any foe. once he takes on a foe, once they get into a fight, he pretty much dominates. He also has almost no weaknesses. In fact, I would say his biggest weakness is actually Inza, who he often will bring with him. Inza is very helpful for information, but he is not dependent upon her at all for a fight. And so, although he cannot be destroyed, Inza can, because she's just a normal human. And so he sometimes has to kind of give in to the villains because to protect Inza. But in this fight with Spectre, I'm not going to involve Inza in it. He doesn't have those super impressive, like cosmic level feats that the Spectre has. But again, the Spectre just seems much more vulnerable. At one point, Dr. Fate is blasted with this device that's literally able to pull the Earth into the sun. And although it appears to obliterate him, he kind of pulls a Dr. Manhattan and is able to, I guess, control his atoms. There is a description in there of what he did, but physically, he seems completely indestructible. So, as crazy as it may seem, I think I'm going to give the victory to Dr. Fate, because there does not appear to be any way in the early part of the Golden Age, nothing seems to harm. He has been knocked on his butt, even knocked out, but he seems indestructible. Whereas the Spectre is often shown to be very vulnerable. Now, as to actually destroying or killing the Spectre, that may be another matter, but he does appear to be, it does appear that you can trap him. And again, Zor managed to trap him. It's just he stupidly allowed the Spectre free. So in this case, I'm actually going to give the win to Dr. Fate in kind of a 1940s, 1941 battle. So Dr. Fate gets the victory over the Spectre.